In Creo Parametric, you can use the Behavioral Modeling Extension, or BMX, to perform an Excel analysis. Let's take a look at how to do that. Here I have a wing model in Creo Parametric. I've got a bunch of calculations in an Excel spreadsheet that are used to calculate the lift generated by this wing. Let's take a look at that. So here in this Excel spreadsheet, we have two different inputs that are going to come from Creo Parametric. We have the angle of attack, and we also have the projected area of the wing. Now, the angle of attack, this is used to calculate the lift coefficient. You can see in the formula bar the calculation of the lift coefficient. Be aware that this is actually a little different than the image that is contained in the spreadsheet. A little bit of an error, but we calculate the lift force generated by the wing as 1/2 the coefficient of lift times the density of air times the square of velocity times that projected area. So let's see how we can use this Excel spreadsheet in Creo Parametric. The first thing that we need to do in our Creo Parametric model is calculate the projected area of the wing. I'm going to turn on my datum plane display, and we're going to calculate the projected area on the plane called right. To do that, let's go to the Analysis tab, and then from the Measure drop-down, I can choose to perform an area calculation. For the reference object, I will just select the name of the component out of the model tree. Then for the projection reference, let's click the datum plane called right. And we can see that we have the total area of the wing, which is about 1,400 square feet, but the projected area is only about 150 square feet. If I go to the Feature tab, here are the two different parameters that we can generate in the feature. I'm only interested in the projected area, so I'm going to uncheck the total area calculation. Then let's go to the little computer disk icon. This is where I can make this as a feature, and to make this a little simpler, I'm going to rename the feature to be called area, and here you can see it at the bottom of the model tree. Let's close out of the measure area command. Now to start our Excel analysis, you can click on the command in the ribbon on the Analysis tab, and it opens up a dialog box. The first thing is to specify the Excel spreadsheet that we want to use, and I'll click on Load File. By default, it goes to the old format .xls files. I've actually got an updated file, so let's change to that file format. Here is my Excel spreadsheet. I will double click on it, and it retrieves the spreadsheet in a read-only format. And first, we're going to start specifying the different inputs we want to send from Creo Parametric to Microsoft Excel, and they can be dimensions and parameters. I'll click on Add Dimension, and then we can select a feature or dimension in the graphics area. I will pick the main protrusion, and the input that we want to send is the angle of attack, which is this 10-degree dimension. So I will left click on the dimension, and now we're prompted to select a cell in the current Excel workbook. Well, the angle of attack is going to go into this field. I'll click on that cell and then click Done Select from the menu manager. And you'll see that the cell is updated with the current dimensional value. Next, we have the projected area. So to do that one, I will click on the Add Parameter button, and then it opens up this little dialog box that lists the different parameters in the model. Here is the projected area that I calculated. I will click the OK button out of the dialog box, and once again, I'm prompted to select a cell in the current Excel workbook. Well, the projected area is going to go into this cell. Then we click Done Select out of the menu manager, and the value updates, and here we can see the lift calculation. So this is good. I am happy with that, but we need to specify next what is the output from Microsoft Excel that will go to Creo Parametric. I will click on the button for the output cells, and we're just going to have one output cell. I will click in that cell and then Done Select, and then we can click on the Compute button, and there we have the lift value that is calculated. All of this looks good. Now I'm going to add a feature to the model, and for this one I will call this the lift calculation, and hit the Enter key and then close. And I'm going to edit definition of this feature. When I click on Edit Definition, that allows me to change the name of the resulting parameters. Here is a default name based off of Microsoft Excel, and I can double click on it for the parameter name. I always like to make it a little more intuitive. Let's just call this lift, and then hit the check mark, and it's regenerating and reperforming the calculation. Let's turn off our datum plane display, and we can use sensitivity analyses to see how changing the angle of attack affects both the projected area and changes our calculation of the lift. If I go to sensitivity analysis, here we get a dialog box, and I'll call this sensitivity underscore angle for the angle of attack. For the variable selection, let's click on the dimension button and then select the feature in the graphics area. Here is the angle of attack dimension. Now we have a variable range. So I want to see the effect of changing this between 0 and 20 degrees. So I'll change the minimum and maximum values. And then for the parameters to plot, let's use the pick icon. And first I'm going to take a look at the projected area. I could do both of these at the same time, but I'm just going to do them one at a time just so that we can see how they look in the graph. Then I will click the OK button. Before I click compute, you can change the number of steps that it is going to calculate this. And by default, when you use the up and down keys, it is going to increment by a value of 10. But here's one thing to note. When it's doing these calculations, a lot of times you want to use an odd number based on your range. So for example, here I have 0 to 20. If I want to calculate this at 0, 1 degree, 2 degrees, 3 degrees, 4 degrees, 5, and so on, well, that's actually going to be 21 steps. So let me change the number in here manually to 21 and then click on the compute button. And so now it is working just within my Creo Parametric model. It is generating this sensitivity plot where it is taking a look at every single degree and then recalculating the projected area on the datum plane called right, so we can see how it is progressing. Let's just watch this for a moment. So this is good. We can see how it changes as it goes along in here. Be aware that if you are in Creo Parametric 6.0 and later, this is the same chart tool that you have starting in MathCAD Prime 5. If you click on this button over on the left, you get all the different controls just like you have in MathCAD for manipulating this graph. All right, that's good. Let's click the X to close out of here. Now with these sensitivity analyses, they're different than performing a datum analysis feature or performing an Excel analysis in that you can't create them as a feature, but you can save these out to your computer disk as a design study in order to retrieve them later on. So I just hit the save button. Let's stay in this one over here. Let's change the parameters to plot. I'm going to hold down the control key and also select the lift calculation and then click the OK button. So now we're going to have both the projected area calculated at these different steps as well as the lift as calculated by the Excel spreadsheet. So let's hit the compute button and just let it run for a moment. All right, so it has finished computing, and what's interesting about this, you can see what the optimal angle of attack would be for the wing, which turns out to be around 15 degrees. And let's move this aside so you can see here we have one chart for the projected area. Here we have another chart for the lift calculation. And with both of these, you can use the different tools in the chart component in order to format the graph and then save the graph out so that you could use it in a report or something similar. So in this way, this is how you can use an Excel spreadsheet to drive an analysis inside of Creo Parametric. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more information, please visit www.creowindshield.com. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, please click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be informed when new videos are uploaded. Thank you very much.